हम जीत के लाएंगे।
Performative activism, slacktivism, external fringe groups, protest entrepreneurs, and rent-a-cause activists. What connects these terms with how democracy functions or is not allowed to function in India? There is no doubt that a rules-based democratic order more than allows disagreement. Democracy embraces dissent precisely because there is a belief that no voice should go unheard. And yet, we note how protests are more and more getting co-opted by a bunch of people who seem to thrive off any and every expression of dissent in India. Namaste and welcome to New India Junction. I'm Nivedita Tiwari, and today let us analyze this idea of perpetuating protests and the rent-a-cause activists often found steering them. As scholar Gautam Chikkarmane noted in his 6th Feb 2021 piece, what we observe in India today is straight out of Carlos Marighell's mini manual of the urban guerrilla. A violent communist by inclination, Carlos Marighella offered the proletariat a guidebook to follow a political goal. And what is that goal? To overthrow the established order. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Let me reiterate. Democracy more than allows for dissent. Protests or andolans as they are called in Hindi have been a tool for people when much else fails to grab attention. Gandhi was a protester who fought for India's independence. He is what we would call an andolankari. So are people such as Chandi Prasad Bhatt of the Chipko movement, or an organization such as the All Assam Students Union, which fought for de-recognition and expulsion of illegal migrants present in Assam. They had principled causes to which they dedicated their whole lives. Even if one disagreed with the Andolankaris on the content, one would appreciate their methods to convey their ideas and their steadfastness to one cause. Sadly, over the years, the Andolankari has been replaced by the Andolanjivi, or the rent-a-cause activist. This is a rather fascinating species which seems to be aggrieved by everything under the sun. The Andolanjivis can be found hopping between protest sites. They are with the farmers one day, next to the trade unions the other day. They can be seen running around from Bhatta Parsol to Ujjain, shifting positions ever so nimbly. They can be seen hosting shows that degrade human character and disabilities while being sanctimonious. They can even be seen rubbing shoulders with those who have apprehensions about certain citizenship-related laws. Let me step back and call your attention to a few incidents. Please have a look. 2017, demands for justice for mob lynching victims. 2019-20, inciting crowds against the Citizenship Amendment Act, spreading falsehoods on the law and causing riots. 2020-21, protest march to Delhi misleading people about farm laws. What do you think is the common thread that ties all these otherwise different issues? The answer to this is the rent-a-cause activist, or the Andolanjivi. The Andolanjivis are not invested in any particular cause, but they can be found instigating crowds, working actively to widen the divisions present in society, and can be seen by any lay observer for what they are. People who profiteer from being professional agitators and behave like parasites. Often claiming to support the cause of the poor, the marginalized and the downtrodden, their ostentatious behavior competes with the strange paradox of a definitive view on every possible issue under the sun, and finding injustice at every step. Surely it is not possible that they are invested in fighting against every injustice they claim to stand against. They cannot be, if one looks at their otherwise plush lifestyle, their privileges, in some cases their unaccountable wealth and their multiple properties and commercial interests. These people breed hatred, pessimism, and intolerance through what has come to be known as the cancel culture, at the behest of sponsors who back them with their surplus resources to promote their own vested interests, a glimpse of which we had shown in a previous episode on The Bottom Line. While the Andolankaris, the true activists, have been dedicating their lives to a cause, the recent spate of actions by these rent-a-cause activists forces us to raise a few questions. Have these people not repeatedly shown themselves as hindrances to India's collective aspiration for growth, be it the Kundankulam power project in Tamil Nadu or the metro car shed in RA Mumbai? Are they not responsible for misleading people on beneficial laws like the recent amendments to the agriculture sector laws, or a safety net for persecuted minorities in the form of the Citizenship Amendment Act? Their activities even leading to riots, unlawful activities, and loss of lives. What is the real agenda of these rent-a-cause activists of India? Whose interests do they truly represent? Will these people be transparent about their own funding sources while questioning others? Are these activists not expressing their sympathy and allying with forces which work overtime to widen social fault lines on a daily basis and try to destabilize the country? Do also take a moment to think about how we can safeguard our nation's vibrant democratic fabric against such forces. Until next time, Dhanyavad and Namaste.